Next question, with the shades on the head, the black shirt. Can you pass that mic down?
I purchased volume 1 of the Robotech the toys. Do you know, like, anticipation-wise on the pre-order for volume 3 is going to be coming out?
Oh, we've got a lot of emails actually about volume 3 since it is fall later. No, we're actually, since it is a limited edition, the factory runs, we stuck to a number, we said only 15,000 of each are going to be made, and 3,000 of each are going to be offered through Robotech.com, so we have to stick to that number now.
So no ETA on the date?
No ETA on the date, although it should be sometime in September when we start taking pre-orders. We only take pre-orders for those after the 10 days and start shipping out.
Right.
Next question, this again in the lecture here.
I know this question may be a little premature, but are there any plans to make these in the Southern Cross or new generation segments?
Well, let's see how this game goes first. And then hopefully there will be Robotech games for the next few decades.
All right, and you, the great.
With this new series, if there is possible cameos of returning characters, do they look like the original characters, or do they look like some lobbies?
One thing we've made an imperative priority is that quality of pre-production design has to come up. We committed to, we did discuss before that we were going to try to strive for OVA quality. We have a clarification for that. We confirmed the in early production budget. We are going to go full OVA quality in the Robotech series.
Full OVA quality on TV series. All right, in the black cap here.
Yeah, have you guys considered releasing like die-cast middle Robotech fighters like way back when?
Re-releasing Robotech fighters with die-cast content.
The little match boxes. Those. Yes. Those are Bandai. Those are also by Bandai. If we could come to some agreement on it, we'd love to do it. We know the issues with increasing die-cast content is cost, and we're trying to reach some kind of equilibrium where the quality of the toy can be high, and at the same time, the production run is high enough that the cost can be affordable to the general public.
Okay, next question. Back with the black cap one. Yes, you. You can make it go up.
I got you.
Okay, you said that the two of the series would be available on DVD in the original language.
Oh, Macross. Well, Macross is out here now in the original Japanese with subtitles. It also went through massive remastering. So unfortunately, Shin couldn't come here. But Shin Kurokawa, who was the producer on Macross TVs, was here at Anime Expo explaining the process. They're available now through Robotech.com or through animego.com. Alright, with the glasses?
What happened with the guys?
Robotech 2000 was an experiment to test the concept of Robotech in the 3D generated realm. There was obviously a fad of this brand on television during the late 90s, and we included that Robotech fans also like animated characters. We're not kidding ourselves. We are going to give animation work. We will give the animation work back to Aspen Studios and we are in discussion with the story. And have Robotech animated the voices. So
I love the
Characters' voices.
Macross movie. You mean bring it on DVD to the US?
Uh, just so you also know, if all parties in Japan can agree and once all the legal that's within hand can be set up, we love the mentioned Macross cost, product cost in the United States. We definitely think there's fan base support based on the success of Analog Brothers release the Macross DVDs. But we're definitely moving forward with Robotech at full steam.
Right, in the shirt.
Well, the African have a co-op
I'm sorry, repeat that question?
Will the Battlefront be co-op or two people playing
You mean fighting side by side? Yeah. No, but you will be able to fight against each other.
Will the Game Boy game be
Linkable?
or you have one game that basically?
The Game Boy game actually will be linkable. With the pen cap on.
The new anime series, what crowd is going to be directed to? Adults or children?
We're going to write it to be accessible for all ages, but to be very intelligent. So we are not going to dumb down for our adult audience behind fans. But of course, we're going to innovate that will meet the needs of the television market.
Next question, the red shirt.
Now that playing books on production goes role-playing games, and possibly have its own company?
Yes, we'd love to see new Robotech role-playing games. We're working on getting that license out.
Okay, in the back with the red banner, right?
Since it's not going to Palladium, is there any possibility we could put an E20 system?
We have a state game that's by rate versus home versus new feature that helps us.
Could you repeat the question?
Okay, there's going to be new cycling. There better be new cycling.
Is this SDCC? Sound good? Alright. What questions? Is the glasses good?
Who's the character designer for the new series? Is it going to be Mikimoto?
No.
Right now, I'm working on the early conceptual design of the series. I'm going to be working closely with Castro's animation director on this, who is yet to be announced.
Alright, in the white shirt right there.
Pending success of the Battlecry game, will there be a plan for a PC port or a PC game?
Will there be a PC game?
There are no plans at this time. But in the future, there's always possibilities.
Let's say the phone now. Alright, the gray shirt.
TD6, actually, that's not commercial, especially for tech. But it wasn't any special time. When can we vaccine? Are you going to do?
When will we see the Robotech movie on TV?
Yes, we had to answer this question at the next as some of you very well fans may know, the Robotech movie from 1985 or 6 was based on Megazone 0.3. Of course, that didn't go into wide release and wasn't actively pursued because the director of the project, Rob Basic, concluded that it was awful, and the fans didn't receive it very well, and the license was allowed to run out, and we're now pursuing releasing that product again.
Alright, in the white hat again?
Back to Anime Expo, by your vision about the use it or lose it policy on trademarks and licenses in America. The Macross Plus movie and series came out, to release on DVD, VHS. So does that mean that you lost designs to those? What about the model?
There is no use it policy that's pair-based with static locations, which is you have one of the reasons why some Macross properties that looks a lot like Robotech are features of the Macross license was allowed to happen in the early 90s was at the time a lot of the Harmony staff was taken the company was basically raided by Savannah at the time, and it was no staff received the Robotech license at the time. And those events that occurred in 1992 and through 1995, I believe, we're not going to pursue those situations with releasing Macross Plus and Macross 2 at the time. However, with all the releases that are being since and now, we're contacting all the licensees to make sure that Harmony Gold is supposed to be the exclusive licensee of Macross within outside of Japan.
Alright, next question. The glasses.
Any possibility of a live action Robotech project?
You want a live action? Next question.
I think that deserves an answer. I mean, of course, there are mixed audience reactions with a lot of films like Scooby-Doo and Spider-Man in theaters. Of course, there are very good cartoons being adapted to these films. We are determined to make sure that with Robotech, if ever a live-action feature film is done, it's going to be a good one. That's why we're keeping this very slow, in spite of the fact that we have half a dozen unsolicited proposals for feature films at Harmony Gold right now. So we're taking this very slow to make sure it's done right.